Peace and love, my beautiful beings. Peace and love. Peace and love. Welcome or welcome back to the Guide of Enlightenment. I hope all is well with everybody. I wanted to come on here and go live. One, because I haven't been live in a while. Two, it's spring equinox, baby. It's spring equinox. This is the official new year. Happy New Year. Happy spring equinox. Is this is our time. The time is now, baby. So I want to get on here and share this message. So y'all see the thing. Y'all see the title, Principle and Privilege. Principle and privilege. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, engage however you feel led to. Make sure you tag a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend and tag a friend, okay? Tell a friend to tag a friend and tag a friend and tell a friend. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually really hungry. I haven't had anything to eat. 111 on the clock up there. And it's almost 3 o'clock. But I'm coming on here to go live so I can get y'all this message real quick. Okay. The time is now. So I want to tell you, so I got this message that came to me yesterday, last 12, March 19th, right? So I'm walking, I'm in Buckhead area, right? And I'm walking in Buckhead Village. I think that's what they call it, Buckhead Village. And I'm getting ready to cross the street, right? And so it's kind of busy at the time. And I'm getting ready to cross the street, and it was like this car pulls up right where the crosswalk is. He stopped, right? So I get ready to walk across the street. Soon as I'm getting ready to walk across the street, he pulls up his car and completely blocks the entire crosswalk. So I looked at him, and he like fans me like, okay, well, you can go. Like, so I walk out in front of him. So I'm technically kind of in the street, right? But I walk around, keep minding my business. As I get around the front of this man's car, he opens his door and further fans me on as if I was taking too long or as if I wasn't moving fast enough for his liking, right? And I literally turned around and told him, I said, well, get out of the way then. Because he didn't say anything. He didn't use any words. All of his stuff was gestures, hand motions, body language type stuff, right? So he opens his car door. He didn't let his window down. He opens his car door, lets half of his body out the car, baby. I'm talking about a whole thing just to be like telling me to hurry up. I'm thinking that maybe he's about to apologize, acknowledge his wrongdoing, because, baby, the crosswalks are there for people to cross when they're walking. They're not called crosswalks for no reason, okay? So I'm thinking this man getting ready to apologize, acknowledge his wrongdoing, his BS. Nope. This man decides to further tell me to basically get the hell out of his way, because why the hell do I exist? Now, he didn't say that, but his body language and the energy he was giving was definitely giving all that, right? 333 on the clock. His body language, his energy, everything was definitely giving all that, right? And so, bam, I turned around and I told him, I said, well, get out of the way then. And then I turned back around and kept on walking, right? This message came to me, right? Because, when stuff happens to me, I be having to talk to God about it. I be like, God, listen, what we doing? What that mean? Like, why does that situation come up into my experience, right? And so the message that I received is principle over privilege. 411 on the clock. Principle over privilege. So what is principle? Principle is a chosen standard or chosen way of living or existing or choosing to flow in life, right? It's something that you are intentionally choosing to do and to be, how you're tending to show up, how you walk, how you talk, how you carry yourself. It's the energy of who and what the hell you are, right? Being emitted through the standards and the principles or the boundaries and the things that are everywhere, all in and up and through your life, right? Principle. You have principle. That means you stand for something so you don't fall for anything. 444 on the clock. You stand for something so you don't fall for anything, right? Principle. Now let's talk about privilege for a second. Privilege is this thing that nobody ever really deserves. Principle is this thing that it could be based on your height, your weight, your ethnicity, 505. That number has been hawking me, y'all. Based on your based on your height, based on your weight, based on your skin complexion, based on where you grew up, based on your ethnicity, your nationality, your background, based on how much money you got in the bank, based on how many plaques you've earned or awards you've gained, or how many degrees that you've earned. Like, privilege comes in direct alignment with what people in and of this world think a person should have, based on, oh, they're beautiful, so they should have this, or he looks good, so he should have that, or she's tall, so she should get this, or he's short, so these things should be awarded or privileged to that particular person, or this person is this and this person is this, so these people should receive what they that's privilege. And I'm here to deliver the message the Most High wants me to deliver. The Most High said, principle over privilege. Like, what does that mean? Okay, God, what does that mean? We have stepped into that, because again, as I said, this is spring equinox. This is the true new year. This is the time of the year where everything is everything. Okay. And so this is the time where this is the true new year, where we're about to see that privilege don't mean a goddamn thing. Privilege is officially null and void. Now mark my words now. Privilege is officially null and void. Privilege is officially SOL. I'm trying to find a nice way to say that. Privilege is officially SOL. No more. You're no longer going to be receiving or reaping things based on where you come from, how old you are, what you did in the past, what somebody said about you. Like, none of those things. I can tell you a million stories of people who receive things just based on who their parents are, based off of who their grandparents were, or based off of their last name. I can tell you a billion stories about people who received privilege because of how much money they got in the bank, or because maybe they're the boss or the owner of an establishment. I always remember this one story where they talk about this man who was the custodian worker, and well, no, I think I'm mixing my stories, but it was one story where a man, I think he was unhoused, and he came across the CEO of the business, and the CEO of the business treated him like jack shit, right? And um lo and behold, somehow that man ended up becoming like the CEO or some shit. I don't even remember. I think I'm mixing my fucking stories up at this point. But anyway, point is, you can treat somebody who you consider to be in a lower situation or in an undeserving position like shit, and then they'll become your boss. They'll become the one that you have to answer to, right? But there's so many situations in life like that where people have received a certain amount of privilege. People will literally kiss your ass just because how much money you got in the bank. Case in point, the TV show The Game. Malik, he was the, what was it, the $40 million arm. He used to brag about it throughout the whole show, and then he ended up getting $80 million. I got the $80 million arm, blah blah blah, whatever, right? And so now 9:09 on the clock, 9:11. So now he's bragging about the fact. Look at that win. So now he's bragging about the fact that he got all this money in the bank, right? And so now you got all these leeches coming up around him, pretending to love him, pretending to care about him. His arm gets messed up. I don't remember if he got into a car accident or what happened, but for whatever reason, his arm gets messed up, and he was almost not able to ever use his arm again. And so all the people that he thought was his friends, that had his back, that was there for him, the only people that ended up standing beside him through that was Melanie and Derwin. Kind of was still there for him. His mama stood beside him, and TT, his best friend. Everybody else, and Jason was kind of there too, but everybody else threw this man under the bus, turned their nose up, turned away from this man, had no care in the world. Because most of the things, the accolades, the rewards, and all the stuff he was getting was because of the privilege of him being a famous football player, him having millions of dollars in the bank. Part of it was because of who they knew his mama to be. Part of it was for all these different reasons because of where he lived, right? All these things created privilege for him. But when shit hit the fan, when his life hit rock bottom, none of those people were there for him. None of those people stood 10 toes down with him, for him, right? God said principle over privilege. What type of person are you if we never knew how much money you got in the bank? What type of person are you if we never knew what your degree status was? If you're a PhD, MD, whatever you know what I mean? What type of person are you when people aren't looking? What type of person are you when things aren't going your way? What type of person are you when you feel like you've been hurt or somebody has mistreated you? What type of person are you? What type of principle do you stand on? What type of standards do you have? Do you even have them? Do they even exist? Principle over privilege. Principle over privilege. Privilege is a thing that nobody ever deserved. One of the things that I could never stand, it just would bother me. Like, people be like, you're so beautiful. How could you be unhoused? And you're so beautiful. I'm like, what does me being beautiful have to do with? I don't want anything because a person thinks that I'm beautiful. I want everything that my soul deserves because I am that I am. Nothing more, nothing less. If you give me something because you think I'm beautiful, what happens if one day something happens and that beauty fades, or you don't see me as beautiful anymore? Look at that bee. Look at them fighting. Look at them. That is wild. What happens when you are no longer seen as beautiful by that person anymore? They're going to put you out. They're going to stop doing for you. There's a lot of women who I know can attest to that very fact. They got into a relationship with a man because that man thought that she was beautiful, and she ended up allowing that man to fully provide for her financially. And then that man at some point decided that she wasn't doing enough because her being beautiful suddenly wasn't enough because he was so focused on the outer beauty, right? And then maybe she let herself go. Maybe she gained 5 or 10 pounds and that was too much for him, right? It's giving the movie Enough with J-Lo on it, right? She meet this man in the diner while she's doing it. And so she's waiting on this man who, the man that she ends up dating and soon marrying, ends up coming to. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you. But this man came to save her and rescued her. They started going out on dates. Everything moved really quickly. They started going out on dates. He proposed. They got married. They had their first child. And then all the abuse started. He hit her the first time. She was completely shocked. But by this point, he was already cheating on her. He was already like in a fully fledged outside relationship with somebody else. And the woman fully knew that the man was married and just did not care, right? But she got into a relationship with a man who had no principle, who had no standards. So everything he was pretending to be, he wasn't. Principle over privilege. This was a man who thought that because of the job he had, and this because he was also a police officer. So, police officers carry this image or this idea that because I'm a police officer, I should have this certain status, this class about me. I automatically should be getting treated a certain way. Bull fucking shit. Who are you without the uniform on? Who are you without the badge? Who are you before you put that uniform on or when you take it off at night? Who are you? without the MD, the PhD, and all the other MD XYZs that you can add, LMNOPs to your name. Who and what are you without any of that? So many people weigh the pros and the cons of the ups and the downs and the ebbs and the flows of their life on the type of privilege that they receive on a daily basis. How dare they ignore me? Do you know who I am? How dare you ignore me, baby? I'm just here to deliver the message. I don't even want to get too far, too sidetracked. The message is principle over privilege. Privilege is no more. It holds. It bears no more weight. It holds no more significance. You see, principle is a thing you fully deserve because of who you are, because you are in full alignment and embodiment of a thing. If you are an honest person and somebody tries to lie on you, that person that is trying to tell that lie on you will automatically be known to be who the hell they are. Because if you are someone that is an honest person and everybody around you knows that you are honest, can't nobody come and tell them that you are not an honest person and make them believe it, because that's the standards that you have. It's giving the character from and y'all can tell yet I love movies and TV shows. It's giving the character from Bowden from Chicago Fire. There's been people who have tried to lie on Chief Bowden's name. People who have tried to say different things about Chief Bowden, but every single time that they tried to throw this man's name under the bus, his entire battalion of people, his entire firehouse stood 10 toes down behind this man because they know the character, the principle, the standards that he has. This is the year. This new year, 3/20/2026. This new year, this is the season, this is the time where people who are operating from privilege are about to be pissed off. The man who literally got mad at me, he was mad for two reasons. He was mad, one, because I existed and he couldn't do shit about it. Let me say that again because y'all didn't hear me. He was mad, one, because I exist and he couldn't do shit about it. I exist and I stood firmly in my power and he couldn't do shit about it. And it pissed him off that I took my time crossing the fucking street. I didn't slow down to be an asshole, even though I could have. But I also didn't speed up to try to accompany his inconvenience, to try to dissuade him from feeling XYZ, baby. No, he was mad because I existed and he couldn't do shit about it. And he's also mad because the privilege that he's used to, the privilege that he was used to receiving, the privilege that he was used to having is no more. So whoever this message is for, baby, make sure you check yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. One, those of us who have standards, who have always had standards, who have continued to stand on our fucking principles, despite what the world has said about us, how they literally threw us under the fucking bus, despite the fact that the world has tried to continuously manipulate us mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, sexually, financially, like tried to manipulate us into thinking that we are not who and what the fuck we are. For those of us who are continuing to stand in our power, this is our fucking time. The time is now. The shift has officially happened where we are no longer in a place where we're going to have to watch motherfuckers operate and receive things simply because of privilege, because they happen to be of a certain ethnicity, nationality, upbringing, background, age, height, weight, you name it. No more of that. Money in the bank, none of that. Oh, they just happen to be famous or they happen to be, none of that. That shit is out the door. No more. No more. This is the time where if your heart is not as light as a feather, this is the time where you don't have principles, you don't stand on anything that is divinely aligned with who and what the fuck you are. Everything is being revealed. This is the season of revelation, mark my words. Everything is being revealed. Y'all think shit has been revealed now? That was only warm up. You hear me? Things are going to be revealed in your personal, individual life and in the collective as well. The time is now. This is our time. This is our time, baby. I'm so excited, baby. I couldn't get on here and jump on here fast enough to get this message. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. Comment below and let me know if this message was for you. Yeah, let me know if this message was for you. It's principle. It's principle over privilege. Principle was a thing you can never really know when it comes to principle. But baby, when it comes to privilege. But baby, one thing about principle is a thing that you can bet your bottom dollar on it. You hear me? You can bet your last quarter. You can bet your last quarter on it and win every single time. Because principle is divine. Privilege is otherworldly. Privilege is of the world. Privilege is a thing that literally shifts and swings and sways depending on what emotions a person may be experiencing at any given time. We've known people who have fully deserved things that they did not receive. And I'm proud to know that even this past Oscar season, when they just did the Oscars, and I didn't watch it, but of course I had to go back and watch the video that they uploaded with the righteous people winning the awards that were more than deserved to be won. Because it's finally our time. Principle, you can bet on it every day, all day. Privilege is something that shifts and changes and sways and maneuvers according to what somebody may have thought about somebody for 5 seconds. And then suddenly I'm not deserving or worthy of something because what they thought didn't match with who the hell I actually am in the first place. This is our time. Baby, principle over privilege all day, every day. If you in any type of way are still operating out of this idea of privilege over principle, I would encourage you to shift your mindset. See what type of person you are without the badge, without the MD, without the creds, without the whatevers. And I'm not saying you didn't do what you needed to do to deserve all of those accolades. And also, beneath the surface of all of those degrees and acknowledgments and rewards and all of that, who are you beneath the surface? Because that's the thing that holds weight. That's the thing that has merit. You have wealthy people who got $0 in the bank, and you got people with millions and billions of dollars in the bank that are spiritually gone. But that's the message, beautiful beings. I encourage you to continue to move in principle. If you are not already in a space where you're moving in principle, I would encourage you to identify what that looks like to you and for you and through you. Principle over privilege. And before I get off of here, I'm actually going to do my jump ropes on here before I get off of this live video. So for those who do not know, this cycle of from March, when did I start? March the 16th through May the 3rd. I'm doing a 1K jump rope session. Okay. So you're welcome to join. You can comment below and say righteous ropes if you want to join, or you can just say jump rope, and I'll know what you're talking about. But I'm gonna do these 100 ropes on here before I get off of here, and just to document that I have been doing my ropes. Yep. Just to document that I've been doing my ropes. Okay, let me turn this way because I think I don't want to get caught. All right, we're gonna do 100. We're gonna do 100, baby. Whew. $50. 70. 900. All right. So you saw it. You witnessed it. This is the 5th flow. Wow, we're already 5 flows in. Okay. This is the 5th flow of our, of the 7 growth 1K righteous rope challenge. If you're not already doing it with us, literally is as simple as getting a jump rope and starting. We're going to be doing 100 every flow through the 22nd of March. And then after that, we start increasing. So we're going to see how that goes. But peace and love, beautiful beings. Until next time, hope all is well. If you have not already heard it today, you are beautiful. You are amazing. And I love you. This is our time.